Hi, I'm Stephen Burks. I'm the Director of Apprenticeships at East Sussex College, and I just want to welcome you to this virtual online introduction to apprenticeships. Apprenticeships are growing in popularity across East Sussex, and we work with employers of all sizes across the region. We work with the very largest, who have over 3,000 employers, but equally we work with micro businesses who maybe only have 1 and 2. All find the benefits from apprenticeships, and we'll support you in whichever size organisation you end up in. There's 2 real different types of apprenticeships that we offer here. One, which is our day release model, which is what probably the majority of you which will be coming to college will do. That'll involve coming into college 1 day a week where you'll be trained, you'll be assessed, and you'll be given the opportunity to learn both the theory and the practical side of your apprenticeship. The other 4 days of the week, you're going to be in the employer, working day in, day out, as you would expect, Monday to Friday, or even Saturday and Sunday, doing that 9 to 5 job. You're going to be an employee first and foremost, and we're going to train you to be the best employee you possibly can be and give you that vocational support and training you need. The other type of apprenticeships that we deliver are delivered exclusively in the workplace. These are normally in the areas of such as health and social care, childcare, but also other areas like team leading and management. But for the ones where you come into college, they're typically based around our trades. So you're going to see that around brickwork, carpentry, also if you're going to do anything around engineering. I always get asked about maths and English in apprenticeships, and it's a core part of what that delivery is. So if you've got your GCSEs, you've got that maths and English, you won't have to do them again. You will still have to do an initial assessment to check that level that you're at. Everybody has to do that, I'm afraid, but then you're exempt from them once you can show us the certificates. But please don't worry if you didn't pass your maths and English. We'll build that into the programme. Whether that's you coming into college and doing some maths and English support, or our tutors supporting you remotely when you're in the workplace, we'll cover all of that. It's not an area to worry about. We've changed our apprenticeship delivery models quite a lot based on the current circumstances, as you'd expect. It's at the utmost important that you feel safe when you're training and you're learning, but also when you're in your employer's workplace. So we've got health and safety vets for every employer that we've worked with to make sure that they're COVID compliant. The college is also extremely COVID compliant to making sure that it's going to be the safe and appropriate place for you. If a situation transpires where we have to lock down again, or we're in a situation where we have to reduce numbers, we've got everything in place to support remote learning, as we did, and we supported our apprenticeships throughout lockdown. We're managing our timetables to make sure that we're limiting the numbers that are in any class size, and we're making sure that those areas are well ventilated and that people are going to be well looked after over the period.
Hi, my name's Katie and I work at East Sussex College. My job role is known as an account manager, and I basically speak to those of you that would like to find an apprenticeship and try and help you find one. The other part of my job role is working with employers to help them set up the apprenticeship and get it all ready for you to start. There are a few different ways that you can find an apprenticeship at the college. The first one is you may have a family friend or a family member that's happy to take you on for an apprenticeship. We can talk to them regarding how to set that up with the college. The next option is going on the National Apprenticeship website. On that website, all the apprenticeship vacancies across the country are advertised. You will have to create an account to apply and then submit an application form. That application form will then go to the employer, and the employer will then decide who they would like to interview. The next option is to join our apprenticeship talent bank. The talent bank basically keeps those of you who would like to stay on record, and then we basically email you with any vacancies that come up in your chosen field and your chosen sector. To join that talent bank, you will be required to attend a remote apprenticeship induction session on Zoom. That session is really helpful because it gives you more information in regards to what an apprenticeship is, breaks down the options a bit more on how to find one, and should hopefully be quite useful. The next option is to contact companies directly. So you may decide to go on their websites, and they may have a specific recruitment process for apprenticeships. It may be that you find a company and you'd really love to work for them. There's nothing wrong with submitting a CV and a cover letter and contacting them and ask them if they're recruiting. Just make sure that when you're sending out your CV, you're sending it directly to someone rather than a random email address you found online. That way you can make sure it actually goes to the correct person. And then a couple of weeks later, follow up with a phone call and see if they're interested in your application. As part of your apprenticeship, you will be required to undertake something called 20% off-the-job learning. Off-the-job learning is basically your training as part of the apprenticeship. The main thing with 20% off-the-job learning is it has to be within your contracted working hours to count towards your apprenticeship. A lot of employers think that that has to be where you're sent away from the workplace to do that training, but actually quite a lot of things can count. So anything where you're being mentored, anything where you're being shadowed and you're shadowing another member of staff, your day release coming into college, doing research for your apprenticeship, any competitions that you might be entered into, anything basically where you're learning a new skill. And the aim of off-the-job training is to make sure you're trained in the apprenticeship that you're undertaking. If you find your own employer, then that's absolutely brilliant. The hard work is done. All you need to do is give us a call or drop us an email, and we can basically speak to the employer and go through everything in regards to the program. The main thing we need to do when speaking to the employer is check what job role you're doing. That then allows us to match it to the correct apprenticeship and the correct level. We offer over 50 types of apprenticeships at the college. There's quite a mixture between them. We do quite a lot in the construction industry. That includes bricklaying, carpentry and joinery, property maintenance, plumbing and electrical. Another popular one that we get quite a lot of calls about is our motor vehicle apprenticeships, which we run as a day release programme. On the other hand, there are apprenticeships where you don't come into college. That involves things like business administration, customer service, hospitality. One of the good things that we do at the college for those interested in apprenticeships is we run weekly apprenticeship information sessions. These are currently taking place on Zoom, so you don't actually have to come into the college. We send you a link and we do a presentation. That presentation's really good because it breaks down how to find an employer, what an apprenticeship is, how it's delivered and so on. If you're interested, then just get in contact, and I'm one of the people that quite frequently delivers those sessions. Another really important thing to tell you about apprenticeships is, as well as looking into apprenticeships, we would also suggest you apply for a full-time course. That's really important because with an apprenticeship, it's like a job. We don't necessarily just give out placements. You have to apply, go through an interview process, and quite frequently a trial. So it's really good to have a full-time course as a backup, just in case you don't get an apprenticeship. An apprenticeship is basically just another word for training. Essentially, you'll be working normally at least 30 hours a week. If you're between 16 and 17, the maximum you would do is 40 hours a week. The main thing to realise that it is a job with training attached.